Talking money here. Deanna Daughhetee from American Equity Mortgage joins us in the house. Hi, Deanna. Good to see you.
Hello. Good
Big
to
softball.
see you.
Were you a softball player back in the day?
I did play softball.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
How far? Did you make it into college and then play on with her?
No.
Where are you from originally, by the way?
I'm from a small town in Illinois called Chrisman. It's east central part of the state near Champaign.
Okay. You talked to anybody over there about gas prices?
No. Other than my mom. My mom travels all over the state.
As I was saying earlier, I mean, this is a little microcosm of how raising taxes can actually hurt.
Yeah.
Because everybody in the Metro East is now driving over to Missouri to get gas, so you raise taxes, you're not getting any revenue off of it.
Exactly.
Between that and cigarettes. Okay, gas prices going up, you got airline prices going up. We're starting to see some things tick up, which not necessarily good news. How does that factor into the housing market? Does it impact that at all? Put a little more uncertainty into it?
You know, it does put more uncertainty into the greater economy. I think that the housing market is really just still in kind of the bottom, starting to creep in recovery mode like the rest of the economy. But the unemployment is probably one of the biggest factors still affecting the housing market.
Why do you say that?
It makes it hard for people to qualify for mortgages. So we still have an oversupply of housing that we need to work through. And, you know, some people now, because of job loss, are not able to qualify for the great deals that are out there.
Yeah, still unbelievable. I mean, it's still in the threes if you do an arm and in the floors and things like that. It's really unbelievable. So I talked to a buddy the other day and I said, is there any indication? Are you seeing anything that this is going to go up anytime soon? Because I know a lot of people are trying to save money. They're living in the apartment. Now you have to have sometimes 10, 20% down to get rid of the...
Right.
So they're saving money, but they're worried. They're going to lose it. Do you see any sign that these rates are going to go up in the near future?
You know, there really is not any sign yet. Other than the fact that they are going to go up in the future, there's no question about that. But there's nothing happening yet that is saying it's right on top of us in the next month or two.
You guys in the industry, what do you look for to say, here we go, we're getting ready to go up. Call everybody right now. This is going to go up. They better lock it in now. What do you look for?
Well, we watch a lot of the economic statistics, the leading indicators, industrial production. I mean, there's a whole host of things. Housing sales, housing starts, all of those things. So there's a lot that you have to watch because it's all really tied together with what the Fed needs to do to keep our money supply in the right
So you're watching
mode.
all of that, and a couple of analysts say, hey, this is starting to tick up. That's when you start to realize something's going to happen. But it's not going to happen.
Right.
I mean, it's not going to be like all of a sudden you're paying 9% again either.
Exactly. It's not. I mean, when they start going up, they're going to start going up in very small increments, and you know they're so incredibly low that even going up, they're still going to be very low, very good deals. You know, great financing for the foreseeable future.
Okay, this is the big home buying time, over the next 2 to 3 months. So I know a lot of people, like I said, they're saving up the down payment. A lot of people also thinking, I'm going to put my house on the market. I might be looking over the next couple of months. Credit's not so good. Give us some tips between now and the time you buy a house, what people really need to do.
Well, you really need to have a credit score of 620 to 640, depending on the programs, are really the minimum score that you need to qualify for a mortgage. Now, with that, I think it's 60% have scores over 700. So, you know, there's still a lot of people with very good scores out there that can qualify for mortgages. But what you need to make sure of is that you have that minimum score. So if you don't, 35% of your credit score is from paying your bills on time, whether you do or whether you don't. That is the single most important thing for people to do, is pay their bills on time.
Don't open a credit card right now either, right?
That's right. Because the next biggest thing is how much debt you have compared to what your credit lines are. So in credit card example is the easiest to understand this. If you owe, say, $5,000 on credit cards, and you have $10,000 of available credit, well, you only have 50% of your available credit in debt. But if you owe $5,000 on credit cards and your limit is $5,000, you're maxed out. that means your credit score is going to be negatively impacted.
So you need to increase that capacity. Pay it down a little
bit.
Pay it
down,
now.
Exactly.
Should you ask for them to increase your credit limit? Does that help right now? Knowing
It
you're going to
could.
buy in a couple of months, is that a good idea?
It could help, yes, if that's all you do. And then, again, you don't charge that up anymore. So that's really the key, is to make sure that what you owe compared to what you are able to charge doesn't increase, it decreases.
Another big mistake, people think, well, I'll just cancel my credit cards, that'll help.
Yeah, and that a lot of times
mistake.
has the exact opposite effect for this very reason. They cancel the credit card, their available credit goes down, so then they have a higher debt to available credit ratio, and it drives their credit score down.
Again, this is Deanna Daughhetee with American Equity Mortgage with us. A lot of people also thinking, hey, if I'm going to buy right now, I'm going to get a deal. I'm going to steal something, short sale, foreclosure. But I've received some emails from people trying to do this. This is not an easy process, is it? To buy one of these.
Yeah, it's not an easy process. You do have to be patient. There are more steps that have to take place. There's more people involved, because a short sale, for instance, there's the existing lender, you have to get the okay from them, and sometimes depending on where that mortgage is held, that can be a longer process. They may have to go to Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, whoever it is, and actually make sure everyone is on board, everyone's got all the approvals done. So it does take longer.
And like the story I was telling off the air, a guy I know, been working on this for a long time. Week from closing, they agreed to the short sale. They had the price. They had everything. Everybody was on the same page. A week from closing, they said, we're not going through with the deal. The bank pulled out.
Yeah.
They're ready to go, so you never know until the deal is done, do you?
That's right. That's right. And, there have been some problems with some of the foreclosures, and that might have affected some of the short sales where they wanted to step back and make sure the foreclosure had been done appropriately. With all the right documentation. So there's all kinds of things out there.
Move
yes.
1 week out.
Yes.
And then you're stuck. What a mess.
Talk about stressful.
Yeah, no joke. And then start again. Because now you're not getting that place, so you got to go look again and go through it again. All right, Deanna Daughhetee, American Equity Mortgage, here with us today. Your website, I know people might have some questions. Hit
AmericanEquity.com.
All right, thank you, Deanna. Good to see you.
Thanks, great to see you.
All right, 2:50 here on the Big 550 KTRS.